This video is about men's sexual health and or satisfaction as far as performance uh, in bed. Now, this subject is not taboo and should not be considered taboo or something that you just don't talk about, because it's a natural thing, sexuality, and as it relates to men and or women or both. So, uh, erections. This has been talked about now, from what I've observed, at least for the past decade, on a regular basis, more than normal. Erectile dysfunction, and then there's a lot of what they call sexual stimulants and sex pills outside of Viagra, Cialis, and so forth, and these other remedies, as it were. But we are nature, men. We are nature, and we need nature, in terms of our diet and those things that should be deemed as healthy for us. As it relates to sex and erectile dysfunction, let me say this. I know when we live in America that we are exposed to a poor diet for the most part. Doesn't mean that we don't have healthy food in America. We do. We just don't use it the way it was intended. We don't take advantage of healthy diets as we should and as our foreparents did. Instead, we have the junk food diet that's been afforded to us by the modern food industry, which throws off a lot of our natural, I guess you can say, inclinations, if you will. But as it relates to sexual performance and erectile dysfunction, if you want to call it that, or low libido, let me say this. Your emotions could play a role in you not performing as well. I just told someone this the other day, and I say it all of the time. How you feel emotionally, if you're overworked or you have a lot of stress, will affect your sexual performance. If your spouse is cheating on you, men, and you feel this, or if your spouse is not paying enough attention to you or the attention that you're used to anymore, you could be emotionally affected, and that's going to perform or cause a lack of performance as it relates to your sex drive, as it were. So, just cutting to the chase, we know emotions play a part. How do you feel about yourself, your self-esteem, and you as a human being, as a person, and as a man, you guys. Now, taking that off the board for now, and saying, let's say you are a confident person for the most part, but you're still having problems with an erection. Here's some natural things that you should do, and let me tell you something else before I go there as to what you should avoid. If you are a person that's on a junk food diet most of the time, think about what you're eating. Eat more whole foods and natural foods, fruits and vegetables that are organically grown, of course, and get rid of the junk food. That's one. And one big killer of your sex drive can be alcohol. If you're a regular alcohol consumer, that's going to kill your sex drive on some level. Now, understand this too. Everyone is different. There's going to be some men that's going to say, well, that's never affected me. That's you. Every person is not the same. It's like going to the doctor and they say, sir, you have a headache? Well, I'll prescribe this medication for you. That medication might not work for the other guy that has a headache or the other woman that has the headache. So it depends on the individual. We are all different. And the response to certain remedies and or medications is going to be different for everybody. So this is not a cure-all video. This is just fundamentally some general follow-up you should do as a person as it relates to your sexual health, guys. Follow-up meaning this. Follow up to what you're already doing. What are you already doing? What kind of lifestyle do you have? Are you a great consumer of alcohol? Consider that. Are you eating whole foods like I said? Are you doing that? Are you not? Get that stuff together first. All right. Now you can see clearly to follow this. Watermelon. Yes. Watermelon is good for men's erections, or to help you get an erection, a good erection. So someone would say, just simple as watermelon? No, there's a key factor here. Now, You have the red meat of the watermelon. You want to eat that, and you also want to eat some of the white rind, R-I-N-D, the rind. That's where the magic is at. You have potassium, you have magnesium, you have vitamin A, vitamin C, and you have some magic ingredient in, or elixir, if you will, contained therein, called citrulline. Citrulline has been clinically proven to help enhance a man's libido or a man's erection. Citrulline. So, when you buy your watermelon, guys, eat not only the red part, but scrape you out some of the white part or the rind and chew that up and eat that as well. Do that for a few days. First thing in the morning, you'll start to receive results. You'll see results. Now, here's the other thing as it relates to this. You can get you a pot, a 2-quart pot. Get you some watermelon, the red part that is. Cut some out, put it in the pot. You can remove the seeds and get you some of the white rind as well, a significant amount, and put it in the pot as well. Put it on a low heat and let it boil until it turns into a liquid, a complete liquid. Watch it now, stir it up. Don't let it boil real fast, but let it slow boil. Once all of the meat of the watermelon and the rind has dissolved inside of that pot, let it cool for about 5 or 10 minutes. Pour it into a mason jar or some kind of container with a lid on it, enough for about 3 or 4 days. Put it in the refrigerator every morning on an empty stomach. About an hour before you eat anything, drink you an 8-ounce glass of that. Yes, 3 or 4 days. You will see results in your sex life. You will have a better erection or an erection if you haven't had one in a while. Now, don't forget what I said earlier about what you think about yourself, your present emotional state. Consider that, okay? That factor. Don't skip everything I said and then just go to the watermelon and say the watermelon is not working. No. Have you checked the other things that I just mentioned to you a few minutes ago? How do you feel about yourself? Your self-esteem? Are you confident? That's one. Are you depressed? You have a lot of stress from job, family, or otherwise. Consider those things. Secondly, what is your diet like? And thirdly and lastly for this video, are you a large consumer of alcohol? All of those things will and do factor in. Okay, but watermelon and the rind, don't forget, yes, the rind is food also. So this was Brother Teacher. I could charge you for this, but I'm not, because I love you. I just want to help you. Okay. Check me out in the next video. Look for my videos, like and share. If you have any questions, comment section below, you know what to do. So long.